welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at quintuplets, Kanjira as it's known in South India. For me, absolutely one of the most underused grooves in all of world percussion. I think it's just such an incredible groove, and when you hear it played by South Indian masters, it's just it's a really fantastic groove. So I mean, I've put some variations of the groove as it's played idiomatically in this play along with an ending, and really it's just a taster, because as with the other grooves, you know, they're improvised on a lot. They're they're coloured and changed, and it's always moving and flowing. So this is just a little taster of Kanjira. So the first step really is just to get a feel of the time flow, because it's very important to kind of get that feel, that quintuplet sort of feel. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1. It's that flow that's got that it's a little bit like a shuffle, but it's just feels a lot more elegant to me when it's played really well. So let's just get that flow going at a slower tempo, and and then we can start to look at some of the examples. This is the type of play along, honestly, that you're probably going to need to spend quite a bit of time with each line, because each line has got its own sort of lilt and feel to it, and it's although I've done it as a play along, it's the sort of thing that you can just spend time with each individual component part. And I'm not doing this in the same way that we've done the other ones, with introducing a theme, and this is really just mainly about the groove, although I do a little conclusion, a rhythmic conclusion at the end of it in quintuplets. So just to get that feel with whatever fingering you want, actually. So 1 3 3 1 3. Or Tati Ginatum, as we've learnt. Or dum takita dum takita. For me, tum takita tum takita gives it that kind of identifies a little bit more where it feels in terms of the way South Indians play it. Tum takita, so tum 3, so tum 3 3, tum 3 3 1 3, tum 3 3 1, tum takita tum takita tum takita tum takita. And just get comfortable with that. And then start to change it around. So if you think of that as 2 plus 3, then do 3 plus 2. Takita dum, and then put those together. Dum, takita, dum, dum, takita, dum, takita, dum, takita. 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2. Just get that feeling of that 5, in the same way that we would have done when we first ever learnt triplets, and that would have felt alien to us. So just get that feel. 1 takita dum takita, 1 takita 2 takita 3 takita 4 takita 1 takita 2 takita 3 takita 4 takita 1. You notice that when I do the play along, that's how I do the counting, because it gives the feel. 1 takita 2 takita 3 takita 4 takita 1 takita 2 takita 1 takita 2 takita 1 takita 2, takita 3, takita 4, takita. So now we've got the feel of it, spend some time with that, get a set of metronome up at a fairly, sort of reasonable slow tempo, and just kind of get that lilted 5 feel from side to side. It doesn't have to be fast. It's not a super fast virtuosic thing always. I mean, it can be, but for me, this is really a feel thing, and I think the quintuplets is my favourite sort of favourite groove in South Indian rhythm. So let's get on to the examples. I'm going to go through line by line. Let's look at the first line. 1, takita 2, takita 3, takita 4, takita. This is how, if a South Indian percussionist was going to play quintuplets, this is how they introduce it, with that, that feel. Da dum dum da, da dum dum takita takita dum dum da, da dum dum takita dum da dum dum da, da dum dum takita takita dum dum da, da dum dum takita dum da dum. So it's really that kind of that's steering the car in terms of that setting the groove. If you haven't got a car, try it with a bike, and it works just fine. So the second line: 1, takita 2, takita 3, takita 4, takita. So we can see all of the takita, takita dum, takita dum, takita is the fingering that we've looked at before. So let's move on to the third line. 1, takita 2, takita 3, takita 4, takita. So you've really got that great feel, especially when there's gaps and they're leaving the on beats silent and stuff like that. It's a very cool thing. Let's move on to the next line, fourth line. 1, takita 2, takita 3, takita 4, takita. And now the fifth line. 1, takita 2, takita 3, takita 4, takita. So I'm going to recite the next line because it's going to need clapping time cycle through it. Now the key of this now is this is where we're working towards a resolution. So we've got the 5s going through 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 taka takita taka takita taka takita taka tak 1 2 3 4 5. So now we're going to put 4s through that. So we'll have 5 groups of 4 instead of 4 groups of 5. Taka takita taka tak taka takita taka taki taka dimi taka dimi taka dimi taka dimi taka takadimi, 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 takadimi. So this is the core to the next line. So we see we're starting to move away from the actual groove a little bit. We're keeping the 5 foundation, but we're moving away from it. And one of the great marvels for me with a lot of Indian percussion, I mean particularly South Indian, I mean North India as well, but South Indian, is how they even in quintuplets or septuplets or whatever, they'll still be syncopating and going like literally miles away from where the groove is. It's pretty amazing. So using this idea of 4-4-4-4-4, instead of it being just 4-4-4-4-4, we're going to have the phrase that we introduced before, ta-ta-dim. So here's the 5. Takatakita, 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 takatak, takadimi, 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 takad, tuntatim, tatatim, tuntatim, tatatim, takadina, 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 tuntatim, tatatim, tuntatim, tatatim, takadina. It's a little bit slower. Takatakita, takatakita, takat. Takita tum tatim tatatim tum tatim tatatim takadina tum tatim tatatim tum tatim tatatim takadina tum tatim tatatim tum tatim tatatim takadina tum tatim tatatim tum tatim tatatim takadina. So this is the next line, and then we make a little T high out of that, which leads into the final composition. So 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 tum tatim tatatim tum tatim tatatim takadina tum tatim takadina tam takadina tam takadina tum tatim takadina tam takadina tam takadina tum tatim takadina tam takadina tam takadina ta. So that's the T high. Moving into the final arrangement, this will all become much clearer when you are working through the chart yourself. So technically, that would be it'd be fairly easy to play with our syllables. The difficulty is playing it against the quarter notes. But the notes that are played: tum ta dim, ta ta dim, ta ta dim, ta ta dim. Takadina. So this is the whole pattern. And again, technically not difficult, no double fingerings or any confusion with what you play. It's just getting it in time with the metronome, as I mentioned before. Tum ta dim. Takadina tum, takadina tum, takadina tum tatim, takadina tum, takadina tum, takadina tum tatim, takadina tum, takadina tum, takadina tum. So then we have the final corvoy composition. This can be a little bit challenging, to be honest, but technically there's nothing difficult to play in it, but pinning it down against the quarter notes might take might be a little bit tricky, or take a little bit of time. So the syllables, very easy. Ta ti ta ga ta ti kita tum ti ta ga ta ti kita tum ta ta ti kita tum ta ti kita tum ta ti kita tum ta. Easy. Ta di ta 3. Ta ti kinatum. Di ta 3. Tatikinatum, ta 3, tatikinatum, 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 finito. Ta ti ta, tatikitatum, ti ta, tatikitatum, ta, tatikitatum, 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 ta, ti ta ta ti kitatum, ti ta tatikitatum, ta tatikitatum. It's very straightforward. Ta ti ta, ta ti kita tum ti ta, ta ti kita tum ta, ta ti kita tum, ta ti kita tum, ta ti kita ta-ti-ki-ta-tum, always the same, 3-3-tum, 3-1-3-3-tum. So then the point of it becomes pinning it against the quarter notes. Take it to 2, take it to 3, take it to 4, take it to ta-ti-ta-tum, ta-ti-ki-ta-tum, 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 ta. So spend a bit of time, working out where the claps fall against the syllables, and it makes it a lot easier. And it also highlights how important it is to count the gaps, because da ga for the gaps, sometimes that's where the clap comes. Da di da ga da di ki da tum di da ga da di ki da tum da da di ki da tum da di ki da tum da di ki da tum da. So you see it's coming da di da ga in the first gap of the gap of 3. Da di da ga da di ki da tum di da ga, and the second one is the same. Da di da ga da di ki da tum di da ga da di ki da tum da ga da di ki da tum da di ki da tum da di da ga da di ki da tum di da ga da di ki da tum da di ki da tum. And obviously once you're there, da di ki da tum's on the beat. So I hope you enjoyed this quintuplet thing. It's one of my favourite grooves in all world percussion, to be honest. It's a absolutely brilliant groove and really does deserve a lot more exposure and a lot more people taking time to expose that rhythm musically. So thanks for watching this course. This is the end of the play-alongs now. This is the last one. It's a little bit more challenging. Take your time with it, and these ones are really important to do the phonetics and the clapping, And so what we can see from all of these play-alongs and all the material we've been looking at is how interchangeable it is, how we can take one thing from here and we can put it there, and one thing from here and then we can shift it around with that. And it's very modular, it's very logical, it's brilliantly mathematical, poetic and graceful, and a beautiful rhythm to learn. And whether you're going to learn Kanjira classically or not, it's still a very it's a great set of rhythm skills to take into all of the music that you can play and that you will play in the future. So it's a great inspiration. It was a great inspiration to me. Gave me such amazing direction during my career, both technically, the way the drums are played, and intellectually, and the whole thing, the spirit of the whole thing is just absolutely outstanding, completely amazing. So yeah, spend some time getting into it. Play-alongs to follow. Do like and subscribe. Maybe I'll add some more lessons if enough of you do that. We shall see. And in the meantime, play-alongs are coming. The first one with me playing the Kanjira. The second one with the syllables and the shaker. So you know the score. One, take it to 2, take it to 3, take it to 4, take it to 2, take it to 1, One, takita two, takita three, takita four, takita dim, ta dim dim ta, ta dim dim, takita takita dim dim ta, ta dim dim, takita dim, ta dim dim ta, ta dim dim, takita takita dim dim ta, ta dim dim, takita dim, ta dim dim ta, takita dim dim, takita takita dim ta, ta ka dum dum ka ta, takita dim, ta dim dim ta, takita dim dim, takita takita dim ta, ta dum dum ka ta, takita dim, ta dim dim ta. Takita dina, takita dina, dim, ta dim, ta dim, ta dim, dim, takita dim, ta dim, dim, ta, takita dina, dim, ta dim, ta dim, ta dim, dim, takita dim, ta dim, ta dim, ta dim, ta dim, takita dim, ta dim, ta dim, dim, takita dim, ta dim, ta dim, ta dim, ta dim, takita dim, ta dim, ta dim, ta, takita dum, ta dim, ta dim, dim, ta dim, ta dim, dim, ta dim, ta dim, ta ka dum dum ka dum ta dim, dim ta dim, ta dim, dim ta dim, ta dim, ta ka dum dum ka dum ta dum, ta dum, ta dum, ta dum, ta ka dina dum ta dum, ta dum, ta dum, ta dum, ta ka dina dum ta dum, ta dum, ta dum, ta dum, ta ka dina dum ta dum, ta ka dina ta, ta ka dina ta, ta ka dina dum ta dim, ta ka dina ta, ta ka dina ta, ta ka dina dum ta dim, ta ka dina ta, ta ka dina ta, ta ka dina ta, ti ta ka ta ti ki ta dum ti ta ka ta ti ki ta dum 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 ta ti ta ka ta ti ki ta dum ti ta ka ta ti ki ta dum 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 ta ti ta ka ta ti ki ta dum ti ta ka ta ti ki ta dum 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 dum ta ka tin ta ta ki ka tin ta dum ta dum ta dum